Alright, well, we got a few more, well, one more talk topic from Delta talking to Cass, but that's not with Eon. We actually need to head to the Gemstone Garden in Dyne and the Fountain of Horus for their unique conversation. So we'll just start at Dyne, and I'll jump over to the Fountain of Horus from there. And since it's only a 10 wave, let's just see Eon in action in that costume really quick. Like before, this is going to be the only battle I show, just to give it a little chance to shine. Alright, and we only use Artificial Flower like once throughout the whole game. Once intentionally being effective. But otherwise we just ignored it. Alright. But yeah, we'll be able to finish everything off in like 2 or 3 waves. In fact, already 41%. Yeah. The joys of being overpowered. And oh yep, only 2 waves, there we go. Yeah, gotta love the jump scare. Alright, Dion, there's your costume showcase. Let's take a bath. Or rather, just go into the Gemstone Spring. And like before, everything should be lit up. Excellent. So yeah, we still have some way back from level 2, just from synthesis events. A Super Alloy Avatar is really well made, isn't it? Being able to take it apart and rebuild it over and over again. I never thought Nay would be able to create such a realistic replica of you. I was really surprised. Let's see. Sounds like Nay has a pretty keen eye. Yeah, I think so too. I didn't think she would be able to construct the internal components so accurately. Honestly, was it necessary to build an action figure with that much detail? I am a little curious. That's definitely not something you make in a restaurant. You can't normally make toys out of metal from the kitchen, can you? Well, her kitchen must have some ridiculous equipment. Sounds about right. She was able to make a toy out of Super Alloy after all. She must have metal molds and pressing machines at least. Those machines aren't exactly for cooking though. Although it is Nay, she probably collected the equipment thinking she'd need it. Maybe she'll let us watch her cook sometime. I don't think we want to do that, Eon. Right, for creators, do you remember Genowave Gear, or Genowave Gear, or whatever, however it's pronounced? That helmet with vacuum tubes that increases the processing power of your brain. It might be dangerous to use in a fight, but maybe it would be useful for studying or building things. Say, if you're working on a difficult problem, the Genowave Gear would help solve it faster. Or when you're thinking up new recipes, it could help with finding ideas faster. So it might be more useful for cooks than us? I'd like to think hard about some things. Oh, I know how you feel. Sometimes I just think and sketch ideas and designs. I really enjoy it. Charlie probably feels the same way, so she might not want to use this either. Now that I think about it, is there use for this thing at all? Even if your mind moves faster, if your body can't keep up, it's pointless. Do you think that would be useful in combat? Well, it'll be useful because it increases reaction speed. True, even if your body doesn't move faster, your mind could sense your opponent moves quicker. So you would react faster to attacks and move before it hits you. Well, if you think about it that way, it actually sounds pretty useful. We should try during fights more often. Remember that coffee rice Nay made? That was pretty bad. I've had a lot of bad cooking up until now, but I never had food that was so simply disgusting before. Normally the issue with bad cooking is too many ingredients or using a really weird one. Nay would probably get upset if I told her, but this is definitely a strange talent of hers. Let's see. Well, everyone would be happy if you put that talent to use. I'm sorry, I tried imagining this happiness you were talking about. I can't even imagine people smiling while eating coffee rice. She seemed like she wanted to make more recipes, but if we're going to be things like this, well, she does make decent food once in a while, so I'm hoping that's what she makes. Well, it woke you up, didn't it? Yes, but it replaced my sleepiness with nausea. I'm too easy to sleep. Oh, I know. I'll wake up by eating coffee rice. It'll also fill me up. That's what you think before the nausea sets in. You have to lie down anyway. I think Nate should start taste testing her own food. Oh, we've had this conversation before. She doesn't have the same sense of taste. Eon is jealous. I wonder if the jealous rice cake really expands depending on the jealousy of the person cooking it. I've never thought of myself as a jealous person, so I'm not sure if it actually works. But keep that secret from Nay, okay? She'd get mad if she knew I said that. Well, it's a secret between just the two of us, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm happy that it's a secret between just us. Something that only you and I know about. It makes me happy. That secret is one more thing connecting us. I actually have a secret with Nay, too. Wait, really? That kind of bothers me, but I can't force you to talk about a secret. And when did you have time to talk to Nay? You're always with me, but I never noticed. That was a lie. I wanted to see if you got jealous. What? That's all? You should surprise me like that. But when I thought you were talking in secret with her, it really bothered me. This is jealousy, right? I guess that jealous rice cake really does work. Well, it's alright. You're cute like that, too. I'm going to feel even more jealous if you say that. But maybe it's okay if I stay a little jealous if you think it's cute. Of course, we did have a secret conversation with Nay. That's how we got our friend skill. Jan prefers beds. Do you remember that one room in the residential district? Say, you mean the room with all the beds? Yes, the room with all the beds. I felt relieved when I saw that room. All the other rooms I've seen, sleep pods instead of beds. I was worried that it was rare for people to sleep in beds in this era. That's why I was happy to see beds. Do you really like beds? I think she already answered that one. Well, I was sleeping in bed every day while I was in the world with Nelico. Of course, I knew beds still existed in this era, but I hadn't seen them lined up like that since I woke up, so that's what put me at ease. I see. I think beds are better too. You think so too? But I do realize that sleep pods are really convenient. You fall asleep as soon as you get in, and you feel refreshed when you wake up. I just think it's a shame you never get that feeling. Maybe I just like sleeping, so I love that feeling when I wake up, so when it's missing, I notice. Alright, up to level 5. About Tottoria. Tottoria managed to make a medicine to cure Feli. Cheryl don't get sick, so it's amazing Tottoria could make a medicine that humans couldn't. That shows the strength of Tottoria's determination. Yes, he worked really hard after he made that promise to her. He made a ton of medicine, one at a time. Although some that he made didn't seem related to the issue. Still, he succeeded in making it. He swore to cure it, and he did. Determination is amazing. Maybe I could learn from it. No, your determination is pretty strong too. No way, there's still a lot left to learn. Maybe you think that's because you're always with me. I think my drive gets stronger because you're always by my side. Makes me feel secure. If I were alone, I would have given up before getting this far. Anyway, I don't think anyone can say it's strange for the Charlotte to make medicine after this. We can have proof they can make medicine humans can't. It won't be long until he opens an amazing pharmacy that people from Phalion and Quantor will visit. Now, if he could only make some cold medicine. Yep, although I think that kind of quirk is Tottoria to a T. Specialty. You remember the conversation with Sarah about Schrodinger's cat? Judging from what she says, Schrodinger's cat should exist in this world, but why does she name the recipe Schrodinger's theory? It doesn't seem like Schrodinger's part of normal vocabulary here. Well, we won't truly know until we ask. You mean we won't know until we actually see it? How appropriate. But that decoherence lottery is an interesting invention. Even if you showed it to people with no knowledge of quantum mechanics, I think they would be interested. You don't know if you won or lost until you actually try it. All possibilities exist until you observe the result with your own eyes. Even if the lottery is filled with wins, according to quantum mechanics, you haven't won until you've seen it. If you explain it in it like that, I'm sure even kids would be interested. Let's see. That really might be interesting to kids. Children enjoy riddles, right? Also, children aren't resistant to new ideas. Grammar error. So it would be really useful for their future. If you think about it like that, it might be good to put the decoherence lottery in places of education. Maybe we should ask Nay about putting them in Phalion schools. Well, that's a topic for another time, because we're done with that one. Not enough studies. Sham flour, it could be a really great ingredient. When I saw the name of the recipe, I thought it could be useful, but I didn't think it was great. But I changed my mind when I saw that sham croquette device. It looks like a cathode stuck in a regular cream croquette, but its performance is higher. Yep. It wasn't some sort of mistake? That would be a normal reaction. I thought it was some sort of mistake when I first found out, but after I measured it, I saw it really was incredible. I wonder what component exactly caused it to do something like that. Or maybe it's not the flour, but the croquette. Wait a minute, I've never heard of croquettes increasing the performance of cathodes. I also feel like it's weird to put a cathode in a croquette anyway. I want to find out why, but where do I start? Even if I checked a machine reference book, there wouldn't be anything on croquettes or sham flour. Alternatively, if I bought a cookbook, there wouldn't be anything about cathodes and croquettes. Well, no, we won't be forgiven if we suggest that one. I don't think you can do anything but ask Nay. I don't think we'd get a straight answer, even if we asked. Nay was saying she was deep frying parts because she wanted to use all her sham flour. Anyway, I admit that the performance of the sham croquette device is real, but determining whether that's because of the sham flour or something else requires more information. We should ask Sarli about it next time. Empress Eon? An empress descends from a tower, huh? I don't agree. What are you worrying about? The legend Delta told me about. According to what he said, the empress who descended from the tower should be me, right? But the word empress refers to someone who rules the world. I'm not that amazing a person, so no matter which way I look at it, it's got to be a myth. Well, but you might not be an empress, but you're an angel to me. Hey, don't say something like that while we're having a serious conversation. But that doesn't sound bad. I really like you. I'm glad you think of me like that. If I'm your angel, then you're my knight. I don't think this is the proper mood for that topic. I'm really happy, though. That's good enough for me. What's wrong with a little flirting now and then? About the 3. It seems like something pretty crazy happened to my Gunarm again. There was something I was worried about before the dive, but now I feel really happy about it. Can you tell me what changed? Yes, my thoughts towards Nay and Cannon changed a little. No, they changed a lot. I think I was always really reliant on them. They're both really important friends of mine. That's why I never wanted to let them go. I didn't want them to dislike me. Those thoughts were overwhelming, so I thought of ways to keep them close. Both of them. No, not just them. What would I have to do to make them the happiest? I'd want to make it happen, even if the person in question refused or denied it. I guess there's a limit to being meddlesome. Well, it's fine. Things turned out okay. Things might have turned out okay, but it's possible I had the wrong impression. Thinking back, there are a lot of things I need to apologize for. But it's no good to depend on other people too much. You don't want to be abandoned, but you grow dependent on them. You also want to be relied upon and find ways so you'll never be alone. That just means you don't trust those people from your heart. It's not good to be overly reliant on each other. Living like that would be stifling, and it wouldn't take long for the relationship to collapse. I had that kind of friendship with them, didn't I? Well, you're able to fix it, so it's all in the past. I know. That's why I feel this way now. I still feel a little uneasy, though. I wonder if I'll be okay without someone to depend on, or who depends on me. But I know the fact that a relationship like that is bad, and that's stronger than my anxiety. That's why I'll do my best not to repeat my mistakes. I'll stop looking for people to depend on so much, and depend on myself more often. Of course, I'm not used to this, so there are things I'm worried about. I'll support you. Don't worry. I was kind of planning on that anyway. You still like me after seeing my true self. I know I can trust you. I'm not afraid of you seeing everything in my heart. That's how much I trust you, and how important you are to me. Please, dive into me again. Then, after the dive, we can keep talking about this kind of thing. Well, we finished your Gunarm, so there's really not much need to dive anymore. But can't be happy. About that robot bear. I love that Cannon made that for me. She remade the bear I made into a robot. Something appropriate for new era. I've never had over my things remade by someone. That made me happy. But what's this feeling? I'm really happy, but I also feel kind of sad. Did you want to make it yourself? It's true that it would have been fun to make myself, but I think the issue is more about how it looks. It was a really cute bear, so I would have liked it if she left that cuteness intact, but the general rule of robots is that they're imposters, so maybe it's better to make it appear more evil? But still, that was supposed to be a bear for a new era, so I wish it would have been a little bit cute. Well, cuteness simply became coolness. Coolness? It's true that it looks more evil, but I guess it also looks cooler? Also, if you flip the switch on the back, it fires missiles. There wouldn't have been a problem if it didn't look like such an evil robot. I get the feeling people might start calling it a charm to fight evil rather than a ward for evil spirits. My poor bear. I worked so hard to make it. It was so adorable. Sorry, Eon. I can only apologize. Fiery bonds. Can I ask you something? You know how we have that one combo attack? What do you think about it? Do you think it's strange? Well, there's nothing strange about it. Well, maybe you don't see it as strange. I didn't realize something until now. We're always really serious during battle, so I thought this was normal. I never thought that it was weird, but now that I think about it, it does seem a little strange. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm talking about bond navigation. Every time we use it, my clothes go flying off, don't they? And then after that, Oh, you always give me a kiss. Don't just say it out loud like that. No matter how I look at it, it's weird that I get naked and give you a kiss during battle. Okay. Thumbnail image right here. Note to self. Remember that. Why do I always do something like that? And all this time I never thought it was strange. And on top of that, I would say that really embarrassing line too. No. I was always happy you could feel my thoughts. Oh, if you give me such a level-headed answer, I feel like the weird one for being so embarrassed. It's true, though. Whenever we use it, your thoughts and feelings flow into me. It's just so much. Talking like this doesn't even compare. I can't possibly contain them all, so they overflow, combined with my thoughts. The strength of bond of navigation is tied to the strength of the feelings we have for each other. I was thinking of asking you not to use it for a while since it's so embarrassing, but I changed my mind. Let's use it as much as we can to defeat all our enemies. Well, we'll never get to see it against the final boss. About Sherelia. You remember that girl who came from Ar Ciel? Sherelia, I think. She's a little tomboyish, but she's also really cute and energetic. Well... Oh, this is a tough answer here. Yeah, she looks like she would have about 2 younger sisters. I don't know how you can tell by looking, but you think she has younger sisters? I'm not sure why you think that, but if it's true, I'm sure they'd be really cute too. Hope we can meet them while the connection to Ar Ciel is still open. Also, we barely introduced ourselves, so it's not like we really know her, right? I want to have a nice chat with her while the connection to Ar Ciel is still open. I want to ask about what kind of planet Ar Ciel is, what interesting things there are, and talk about lots of stuff. Oh, I know! I should give her a bear I made as a gift. Don't do it, you'll make her cry. It's not so bad that it would make someone cry. I know the shape is a little weird, and there are parts that are bent or twisted, but still, I have confidence I can make a really cute bear. Oh, I know, instead of giving it to her as a gift, I should sneak it into her pocket. She'll get home to Ar Ciel and then be super happy when she finds a cute stuffed bear in her pocket. No, she won't. That'll just cause her trauma. Hey, you should be more supportive. Is that one of the times? It's one of the few times we actually had an argument about the gem spring. I'm surprised there's such a lovely purification site on Ar Ciel. Can you see it? The light from the rainbow-colored stones is reflecting off the water. So pretty. It's just gems reflecting light, but I wonder why it's so entrancing. They might not be normal gems. Yeah, at least I don't think gems like this exist in our world. I've never seen stones that shine so beautifully. Should we ask if we can take some souvenirs? We probably shouldn't. I do kind of want a few, but I feel they're pretty because they're in a place like this. Even if that wasn't the reason, a few wouldn't be enough to recreate a spring like this. The only things we really need to bring back are memories. Memories of being with you in this lovely gem spring on Ar Ciel. That's good enough for me. Well, you can be a little greedy, you know. Greedy, huh? Well then, maybe I can be greedy for a second and ask for something. Do you mind if I sit a little closer to you? If possible, I want to be close enough that we're touching. Is that okay? I don't mind that. Okay then. I feel like I can sense more of your thoughts just by being near you. It's almost like you're really here next to me instead of Earth is. I think I'm good. I'm going to want to sit here forever if I stay too long. Thanks. What a wonderful moment to remember. Seen all the events here, but, well, we still have the rest of these. I had this really strange feeling while in Kurt Fena. I had a weird sense of nostalgia when I was with the Teru people. Yeah, do you know someone in the Teru tribe? I didn't even know the Teru tribe existed until going to Ar Ciel, so it's not like I know anybody there. I don't know anyone, but I have this feeling we've met before. It's like my imagination, but not at the same time. Sorry, that's impossible to understand, isn't it? I don't get it myself. Well, it would be nice if we could figure it out. Yeah, I'd hate to be disconnected from Ar Ciel without knowing what this feeling is. We should keep looking around and talk to more people. Well, we've seen them before because, well, I played Arcanelico. I feel like Delta and Cass get along better lately. I don't know what they're doing, but the air between them feels like it's changed. Is it just my imagination? It's your imagination. They're nothing compared to us. We get along a lot better compared to before, too, right? But they definitely have made a big change. I never asked, but maybe it's because they're doing the ceremony together like us. Maybe they're having fun talking and being in a good mood together. And even... oh gosh, I shouldn't think about that. It's rude to imagine their purification ceremony, isn't it? Is that really an issue? Well, they pretty much have to get naked together. It's definitely bad manners to imagine that. I wouldn't want them imagining me like this either. But they're probably talking about lots of different things like we do. Stuff that's happened, things they bought, places they like. We need to talk more so we don't lose to them. Dreamy scenery. That tree at Dyne was really big, wasn't it? Apparently it's called a dianthus tree, but I thought dianthus was a flower. I wonder if the flowers are the same ones we know. But I've never seen dianthus grow in a tree like that. Maybe it's different. Well, maybe because it's growing on land? I see. That seems possible. There's a limit to how large roots can grow on the Soleil. Also, there's no real sunlight, so it would be hard to grow. The golden field growing in the center was really lovely, too. You could never see such a lovely place on the Soleil. I wonder if an amazing place like that would grow after we create a new planet. Well, we need to make it. Create a great planet. Yes, you're right. We're going through the trouble of creating a planet, so we need to make it as wonderful as possible. I think an amazing planet like Ar Ciel should be our goal. New age couple. I was surprised to see a relationship between a human and Charlotte already. I know they would take Nae's word literally when she said to get along, but it hasn't been that long. They sure did get friendly quickly, but they both seemed really happy. Yeah, he was even calling her honey. They seem pretty intimate, right? After seeing that, it's hard to believe that humans and Charlotte were fighting. If humans and Charlotte can keep getting closer, I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to find couples and marriages between humans and Charlotte in the future. It's hard to imagine now, but I want to see a world like that soon. Well, hope springs eternal. Are you done with me? Seventh Apocalypse is amazing song magic. I never thought I could weave a song magic and summon a giant robot. I can even ride on it. When I was a kid, I always wanted to ride in the hand of a giant robot. I never thought it would come true. So, sounds just like you, Eon. I guess you're right. Thinking back, I really love things like machines and robots since forever. That's why I want to build that Seventh Apocalypse robot rather than use song magic. I think robots are big and powerful and awesome, especially when you control them while riding them. But you can't ride me. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean they aren't cool or anything. It's true that robots are better when they're big and reliable, but you're important to me. In fact, it would be worse if you were too big. It's nice that we can talk face to face and go places together. And go on dates. We couldn't be so close if you were too big. Also, you aren't a robot. You're my partner, and I care about you. Don't worry about things like that, okay? Okay, I feel a little better on that. Planet revival is near. We've come so far. Just a little further until the planet was reborn. It hasn't been that long since I woke up, but a lot happened, hasn't it? We were enemies with Delta and the others at first, and we opened a shop with Cannon. You were destroyed while protecting me, and we built even better. That's just too much to talk about. The most important thing is still left. Yeah, we need to gather everyone quickly and go see Kozal. But if we recreate the planet and you... I'm here with you now. Yeah, you're here now, in front of me. My words can reach you and your thoughts can reach me. I need to be happy about that. Whatever happens in the future happens. Right now, we need to do whatever we can together. Who's the sender? So the person connected through the gravitation communicators from Ar Ciel, right? We're connected to Ar Ciel, so maybe we can find them if we looked? I'm even more curious to know what kind of device they use to transmit messages. Well, it could just be a similar machine. Ar Ciel silence is pretty advanced, so it wouldn't be strange if they had similar machines. Maybe they were communicating with people from some planet we don't even know about. It's possible that interstellar communication is just normal for the people of Ar Ciel. We should send another message and ask. Well, I thought that would be longer. Alright, close friend. I'm really happy about the charm I got from Nay. I'm happy enough with you protecting me, but with Nay's charm, I don't fear anything at all. Well, that might be an exaggeration, but I feel very reassured. Yeah, I feel reassured too. Yeah, you think so too? Nay's a reliable person, so even a charm gives a mysterious sense of security. I'm sure the people of Phalion are drawn to Nay in the same way. They look up to her. I was super happy to get this because she called me her best friend. A lot happened between us. I still can't believe we became such good friends. Hope I can get along with Nay even better now. Well, Eon's happy. I shouldn't say anything. Alright, quick trip to the Fountain of Horus, and we'll finish up. Alright, we did get a few more topics after finishing that last set. But final one with Eon about the Fountain of Horus. It's really nice and quiet here. We've been into a lot of places for the Purification Ceremony, but this is especially nice. It's the middle of the quiet forest with rustling leaves and birds singing. Perfect silence is relaxing. This kind of silence is lovely and calming too. I feel more nervous than usual, actually. I feel the same way. It might calm the heart, but that lets me feel your thoughts more strongly. I feel really happy, like you're closer to me than usual. If only... I wish our connection was even closer and stronger. If I could feel you more strongly, I might actually be able to see and talk to you. I'd be happy if we could do that too. I want to see the real you and hear you actually talk to me. Not a day goes by when I don't think about that, you know? I can feel you so close, but I can't meet you or see or talk with you. Sometimes it's even painful. Well, this pains me sometimes too. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make it sound like I was the only one with painful thoughts. You want to do something about this too, don't you? I can tell from your thoughts who Earth is. I shouldn't say such selfish things all by myself. I'm sorry. I'm glad you told me your true feelings. Me too. I'm glad you told me too. Even if we can't do anything about it, if we don't say anything, we'd probably regret it later. And just so you know, I'm still happy even in a situation like this. Please remember that. All the events here, we are good.